So I've gone through and I've filmed and edited the videos. So I found out my mistake. You guys can't exactly hear the voice lines all that well when I use my microphone. So I will be using my computer's mic. But yeah. I was standing alone. The entire classroom was filled with laughter and chatter. But I stood in the midst of it, quiet and alone. I don't know if you can hear him, but my cat's moving around. That's what that sound is. It was strange seeing the whole world pass in front of me with such vibrancy, all while I stood there. On the plus side, I wasn't engaged in any drama that might have arisen, like scribbling on someone's paper for revenge or kicking someone too hard. It was kind of nice just standing back and watching things pass by and life go on. I had long convinced myself that I preferred being alone. Often I encouraged myself, saying, "Yeah, I want to be alone. There is no one I like better than me, so I ought to spend more time with myself." But there was a certain bitterness that made me feel sad. There was a difference between being alone and feeling lonely. I just didn't realize it at that moment. And even after that moment, my father, my mother, there was no one to turn to. I was so lonely. That's when I decided right then I was going to see my grandfather. I didn't care if my father would take me. I was going to walk my way over there and see what he had to say about it. I had never met I had never seen him before that. What better time to see him then? If no one else was going to help me with what I was feeling, I might as well have turned to him. So after school, I decided to walk there. I had no idea how to get there, and I was armed with only a scrap of paper with an address scribbled on it. As a 7-year-old, I obviously had great ideas. Soon, I knew I was lost. I just stood there on the sidewalk, back up pressed up against the wall, and eyes watching the strangers pass by. And like always, people continued to pass by and life continued to go on. I was more depressed than ever. I had ended up in a situation. I had ended up in the situation I was originally in. Nothing had changed. I thought that I was silly for even thinking that I could change things with my own hands. That was until a voice brought me back to reality.
Hun, is that you?
I looked up and saw an unfamiliar face, but it was obvious that whoever was talking to me knew who I was. And from that moment, things began to change. Life began moving its rusty joints, and I realized that things were moving along. Suddenly, I had become part of the crowd that moved like a blur past me. I was no longer someone who just stood still and watched life pass by. Life had changed. I had changed. Because the person who found me that day was my grandfather. I had the opportunity to help them. The question was, would I? I wanted to, but I wasn't sure if that was the best idea. After all, 5 demons in my house wasn't exactly the living arrangements that I had imagined moving into. Me neither. But at the same time, if 5 hot demons showed up, I would be laughing my ass off. There was the matter of making sure no one found out about their powers. Thinking about them as lab rats made my stomach queasy. And even if they passed for humans, how would I explain having guys living at my house? Imagine if my friends came over. They would practically think I was part of a harem or something. Oh god, imagine if my parents came over. I think my mom would faint. Who knows what my dad would do? I think he would have them arrested on the spot. Why? It's your house. It's so weird. Ugh, this was hard. Maybe I should have written out a pros and cons list before actually having to make the decision.
Don't worry too much about it. You have plenty of time to decide. Besides, you should do what makes you happy as well.
We got ghosts talking to us as well? It was strange. It was strange that I happened to remember what my grandfather said to me when I was little, but it did kind of make sense. Girl, I think you got a dead man talking to you. They weren't in the same exact situation that I was in before, but I did want to help them out. I think it would ease my conscience and make me a bit happy to give them help, as weird as that sounded. Clenching my hands into a fist, I strengthened my resolve to speak up. You could...
What was that, lovely lady?
Oh, that's so loud. That it, is a...
Spit it out already.
You could stay with me here if you'd like. As soon as I finished, the room became still. I'm not sure what went through their heads. The silence in the air cut like a knife until I spoke once more. It looks like you need a place to stay, and, well, I just moved into this giant house, so it made sense to ask. It was still quiet in the room. I decided to keep talking. Goodness, you're digging yourself into a hole, man. If you'd like to stay here, though, there are 2 things I would need all of you to follow.
Yes?
First of all, you can't use your powers or deliberately do something that may harm me or any guest that comes over. Well, save for enemies, but you get the gist of it.
That sounds reasonable.
Second, you have to help me with any errands around the house. This place is kind of big, so yeah.
That is a generous offer, miss. Are you sure that would be okay? We don't wish to burden you any more than we already have.
It's alright, really. I mean, I just started living here myself, so I would appreciate some help around the house.
A wonderful idea. We'll live here and train while helping you with the house. Servants for the lovely princess.
That's sweet.
What? Are you serious?
I meant him calling me princess.
Be
Sorry.
quiet, Sam. I haven't slept in a bed for days.
They all seemed to like the idea, except for Sam. And hey, I didn't really hate the idea either, even if they were incubi. It would be interesting having 5 guys help me take care of the house. It's food. Sorry. Given they follow the rules I had laid down.
Fine, but we're not staying here forever. Only until we can beat up that group of punks.
Works for me.
I think that is a reasonable time limit for our stay.
Yes, this is awesome.
Also beautiful. if you need a bedfellow.
No, I'm good. I got pillows for that. Cuddle the pillow.
Eric, knock it off.
I was happy that they agreed. Maybe it was because I wasn't going to be lonely for a while, or because they all needed help. I would never be sure.
So what are we waiting for? Let's celebrate and dig in.
Finally, I'm starving.
Instantly, Matthew and Sam began to stuff themselves with food. With the food on the table. I noticed James' eye twitching in irritation, so I stifled my incoming laugh.
Really, you two? You're both acting like pigs.
Oh, let them have a little freedom, James. It's not like we've eaten recently either. I'm sure they've been starving.
Still, that's no excuse for stuffing their faces like backyard swine.
I almost couldn't hold it in. So I didn't. I'm not going to laugh. I couldn't hold in my laughter anymore. As I laughed, Matthew and Sam looked my way, faces stuffed.
Is something funny?
Yes.
What are you laughing at?
You. I stopped to catch my breath, leaning over the table and taking a few breaths before replying. You both are so funny. Both their faces turned slightly pink before they looked away and swallowed the food in their mouths.
Shut up! We're not funny. We're hungry.
Well, we're glad that we made you laugh.
Shut up, Matthew!
What? I'm just saying.
See, James, it's entertainment for her.
They were funny to me. At least they enjoyed the food. As I watched, I took some food for myself and placed them on my plate before eating as well. Eventually, we all ate dinner together. It was strange, eating with just guys, but they were enjoyable to be around. They made me feel like a part of their family as they ate together. However, our peace was soon disrupted. It's my mom. Excuse me. Hello?
Hey, honey, how are you? I'm sorry I didn't get to see you off.
Hi, Mom. Everything's fine. I'm actually eating dinner right now.
Oh, good, good. So there was food there. Well, your father wanted me to call and talk to you about having a house party tomorrow night to celebrate the new house and all.
Why do they think this is okay? Why are they just acting like this is normal and this is fine, this is dandy, this is just perfectly okay? The father is a horrible piece of human, and the mother is just enabling this. Instead of going, hey, that kid liked their grandfather? Will you stop being a dick and let them mourn? Goodness. House party? Tomorrow night? So soon?
Your father insists. You know how he is with events.
She's enabling it. I knew exactly what she meant. He didn't like long relaxing periods between important events. It was slightly messed up. Slightly messed up. That's not slightly messed up. The same day he threw his father in the ground. The next day, he threw you into his father's house. And now the day after that, he wants you to host an event. Your father's fucked up. I was expecting to act on the drop of a dime from moving immediately the day after the funeral of my grandfather's house. After the funeral to my grandfather's house to now organizing a party. I know. Well, since I don't exactly have you two here to help me arrange it, I'm gonna need some time prepping things.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, Suzu and Naomi can help. I have work, and you know how your father is.
Okay, you want her to host an event. You need to get your asses up and help. You can't just think that your child's friends are going to just come in and be the savior of it. You need to get up and you need to help. You want this event. You're pushing for this event. Why are you not making the event happen? This is so weird. I know, I have to do it myself. He won't help. He won't help, but he's expecting you to do it. I just wouldn't do it. I would close my doors. I would close the gates. I would lock them gates. I would close my doors. I would lock my doors. He wants the event. He can plan the event. At his house. This is now my house. You're not gonna force me to play event. You're not gonna force me to play host if I don't want to play host.
I'm sure it'll be amazing, honey. I have faith in you.
Why is this mother enable the shit this man does? Why is she still with him? Thanks, Mom.
All right, I gotta go. I love you, sweetie.
Great. Now, how am I going to do this? Oh, oopsie.
Is something wrong?
She has to organize a house party for her parents.
Oh. How did you... Oh, right. Mind reading. Okay, I think we're actually gonna romance Damon. It's such a cutie. Why does my bank keep emailing me about texting me? I have it to where you email me on purpose. I don't want you texting me. The fuck? But yeah, I have to do it soon or my parents will be really disappointed. Who gives a flying fuck? That's their problem. First they throw you out to the wolves and be like, we don't know if the house has food or not. Starve. Like, oh, I know you're in a time of need right now. You know, mourning and all. But we don't want to deal with that. Shoo shoo, go away. Goodbye. Like, your parents are horrible. I'll have to stay up and organize everything tonight.
Hey, why don't we help you? That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, totally. That's totally what I meant. Yeah, help me. Help me. Help me, please. Help me, please. So fucking cords and shit. It's every fucking where. My camera's not charging.
I don't see why not.
I see exactly why not. Oh no, my camera is charging. I was looking at the wrong thing.
I can name a few reasons why we shouldn't.
Exactly. Over here. I agree.
Sam?
What?
Back off.
We'll take care of everything, miss. Just leave everything to us.
Oh, thank you. That was surprising. I didn't think the boys would offer their help right off the bat. I couldn't help but smile. I was actually rather thankful that I had let them stay. Now I didn't have to do everything alone. As I kept thinking about it, I couldn't help but yawn.
Feeling a little tired over there, princess?
Yes. I'm so freaking tired. I went to sleep at like 6 this morning. No, not even 6. I went to sleep at like 4. And then woke up at 8. Quite literally, I was waiting. I was just on my phone waiting. Because something was happening this morning. And then I fell asleep. And then my internal body clock was like, hey. So this event starts in like an hour? Come on. Get up. Get up. I made you sleep. Come on. Now it's time to get up. So when I first woke up, I was like, dang it! I overslept. Because I thought it was like 12 p.m., 2 p.m. Nope. It's like 8 in the morning. And I was like, dang, that's early. For me, at least. Recently, my schedule's been fucked up. But yeah, I agree with Mika. I am so fucking tired. Yeah, it's been a long day. At least tomorrow is the weekend, so I can sleep in. Then it hit me. Wait, where are you all going to sleep?
We found some guest rooms on the opposite end of the house from the master bedroom. I'm sure those will do just fine.
Opposite end of the house? But what if someone breaks in? That's terrifying. Oh, got it. Right then. I'm going to head to my room to study and sleep. I guess I'll see you all tomorrow.
Have a good night.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I think that said thank you, you too. With that, I left the dining room and went to my room. Yes.
Eric, no.
What? I wasn't going to do anything.
Yes, he was.
Shh.
As soon as I got to my room, a wave of exhaustion hit me. Why am I so tired all of a sudden? I just woke up from that nap. I dragged myself to bed and hauled up one of my bags. I opened it and grabbed up my economics book, knowing that no matter how tired I was, I had to study at least a page or two before sleeping at last. Why? If you're tired, just flop into bed. Deal with that tomorrow. Read 4 pages tomorrow. The words on the page scrambled in my mind as I read through them. But after 2 or 3 tries, I managed to understand what the page was about. That's why you just flop the fuck into bed, go to sleep, and deal with that shit tomorrow. You are so tired, you don't even know what the fuck is saying. That's how you know you gotta go the fuck to sleep, man. Go to sleep. Equations. Ugh. Finally, I decided to change into my pajamas and head to bed. Today has been a long day, and I needed the rest. You should have just threw that book to the side and dealt with it tomorrow. Hopefully, tomorrow will be better. 3 days of surprise in a row would kill me. 3 days of surprises in a row would kill me. With that thought in my mind,